it's Paola. Welcome back to my graphic design and art channel and to this vlog. The big news of my life is that my nails are dark for the winter. We're now going into my third year of living here. I mean, I've lived here 2.5 years now, so this is my third winter, and I'm still not used to it. I still want Christmas every time it gets cold. It's just weird, but at least it's really not a bad winter at all. I mean, that's what I love about living in Sydney, because I can just go out whenever and it's still nice out. I mean, if it's not raining, but like, that's it. It doesn't even rain that much more in the winter. I think it's like more dry in the winter too. So it's pretty great life. But yeah, anyway, hey guys, I just wanted to check in and talk about what's going on in my life again, because I am a graphic designer living in Sydney. So I thought I'd kind of touch on like the living in Sydney part of it as well too, because I like don't go out that much and I don't show you guys that much when I go out. And I just figured I should do that more, and then also just update you on what I'm working on. So what I'm working on lately is I'm working with clients. I've been busy, so that's really good.
So I actually ended up doing some smaller work for a copywriter, and I'm making things for her Instagram because she's not a designer, and so she needed a designer's help to kind of curate her brand and just post some templates for her, well, make some templates for her so that she can start posting from there. So what I did was create a bunch of stuff for her Instagram using Canva, and I've done this with clients before, like using Canva and stuff like that. I love utilizing different tools, just what people need, and I really realized that doing a small project and doing kind of like side things like this for people is really fun, and it just felt good. I don't know. So I ended up doing a couple of things here. Here is what I worked on to make the templates, and I found a lot of great stuff to make reels for her and just advertise her work and put it out there. So yeah, this is what I have made, and I just thought I would share it because it's just like fun and fun work, and I'm having a really good time, especially working with someone in Australia.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying these smaller projects and just doing like social media stuff more. So yeah, now I guess I'm offering that as one of my services as a designer. So that feels cool and actually very refreshing for me, because sometimes I get really bogged down with the thought of branding clients only, and it would be really fun to do more of this social stuff. So yeah, I guess I'm doing that now. That's what I'm offering. So other than that, life is good. My parents are coming soon in a couple weeks. I am trying to get a lot of content done so that I can like spend the time with them and not be working so much. But it is a little bit scary when you feel like you have to take a break, because you're just like, I'm always looking for work. I'm always just trying to do my best, and I really want to get a lot of content out there. But I figured I could like vlog for you guys more, show more of my life outside of the computer and the desk area. But yeah, I've been just like spending time outside. I love that in winter I can do stuff outside still, go on walks, and been exploring a little bit more of Sydney, which is really nice. Getting my hair cut today. It's pretty oily, but it's very blah. Like, there's nothing going on. It's just heavy. So we're gonna do before and after. This is the before. This is my outfit because it is cold and rainy, and I have yet to wear these boots out, and I've yet to wear this coat out, so it's my first time. I'm very excited. I love this outfit so much. let's take a look at these and what you asked me over on Instagram when I asked you to ask me questions. Okay, the first question I like, what kind of music do you listen to when designing? I like this question because I want to share more about things I do, my personality, you know. So the type of music I listen to, okay, basic, but I listen to Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. I also, if I really want to focus on something, I do listen to like lo-fi and stuff if I just really need to be in the zone and not distracted by the music. But I also really, really love like Kali Uchis, Troye Sivan, Charlie XCX, and lately I've been really, really loving Rachel Chinariri. Love her new album. It's her first album. I'm obsessed. Okay, this one says, is graphic design a good career to go into given everything currently going on with AI? I personally, this is my advice, personal advice from my perspective, is that you should not be afraid of AI. Don't be afraid of it. You don't have to embrace it either. But I would say that it is the direction graphic design is going into. You can take that as you will, but you don't have to be afraid of it replacing you. I think there are so many opportunities for designers and for creatives to still work in the industry. I don't think that this fear mongering of saying, well, everyone's going to be replaced is going to be productive for the conversation. It's definitely valid in some aspects, but not specifically in visual design, because there's still people that need to create brands and need to create from scratch. So yeah, that's my thought on that one. I don't know. It's a bit complicated, I guess, but yeah, I wouldn't be saying like don't get into it because of AI, like don't get into a creative job. Any tips for dealing with design fear? I'm going into my final year of design school and I'm scared to experiment with new materials and tech. Any advice? Okay, so my advice is probably coming from your same perspective, because I also get really afraid of new tech and learning those things, but I really do think it is about taking the initiative to learn it on your own. And I think that's what takes away the fear. If I don't think of it as I need to do this, it's more of I want to do this and I want to just keep up to date on what's going on and new tutorials and things online. Like I can make it fun for myself as long as I don't make it like, oh, you need to know this. Like it's gonna hurt you in your career. So I think it is about mindset, but I really don't think anyone's going to like look down on you if you don't know something. The design field is all about learning and constantly learning, and inevitably there's going to be things we don't know and things that we haven't tried yet, and that's okay. And it's just like outside of a school environment, I can see how that fear will set in and think like, oh, people are going to be judging me based on how much I know, but it really is okay. Like all of us in the professional field are still learning, and we don't look down on each other for things we don't know, because everyone learned it in different cases, outside of school, in school, whatever. Are your clients from Australia? So as you saw in this vlog, they are now kind of moving in that direction. So a lot of my work before was US based, and that was fine, but I'm really trying to push myself into the community here, and it is working. I mean, I've gotten contacts, I've networked, and I've met people even online, and now I have a good resource of people and I'm getting opportunities from that. So working with now Australian-based clients has been great, and I'm still working with US-based clients, and sometimes people from other places reach out to me. So that's what's great about design when you're doing it freelance, is you can work with people from all over. I mean, it's really not, even if you worked at a job, it's really not like one place type of work. So yeah, that's what's great about working freelance, is that I can work with people from all over. But yeah, Australia, obviously I want to get into that market, and I feel like I am now, so that's really good. Every time I apply for a full-time graphic designer position, they make me take a test and I can't pass, don't know why. I'm not sure if you mean like can't pass, like as in you're not getting hired, or if it's like a pass-fail type of situation, I'm not sure here. But that really bugs me, because I have been through that interview process as well, and I didn't get hired from it. And I really personally think that these companies that are making you do these design tests and basically work for free, like what I had to do in an interview a long time ago was make like a whole like booklet for using their image, using their work that they have already, and just rearranging it. Like, we want to see how you design this, how you would design it. And I'm like, that was such a ripoff, because I didn't get paid for that. It was just me pitching myself as a designer, and I don't think it was very beneficial, and it didn't help me get the job, because it's like, it was just like, throw these things together how you would. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, what's the prompt here? So I don't know, design tests just really don't sit right with me. And I don't think that you want to work for a company like that would make you do all this like free work type of stuff. I feel like you'll find the right company that won't make you do that, and it'll be a better fit for you. Fingers crossed for you. I know the job market can be really tough. Okay, these ones are really interesting. It says, is design your dream job? And this one said, what was your dream job? And honestly, I don't know. I think graphic design was definitely a dream, and it's something I wanted to get into, but I wanted to get into it originally because I really wanted to work for a fashion magazine. I was really inspired by Teen Vogue as a teenager and just the whole concept behind what goes into a magazine, and I really wanted to do that and work in the fashion world and be like that it girl like type of vibe. But then my dreams changed, and honestly magazines changed as well. I would still love that type of job, I think, but I also have changed so much in what type of job I would want. Like, I don't think I would want that corporate type of job now, being who I am now. So I don't know, like, it is my dream job, and sometimes I do feel like I'm doing my dream job because I can create content and I'm working for myself, and then sometimes it's stressful and I say I don't like to do this anymore. You know, it's just how life really goes. It's like you can have a dream, but in reality, it's just reality. But yeah, I got into design because that was the dream, to work in a magazine and work in fashion in some way. But now I have so many other thoughts, and I love just being like a visual artist, content creator, online, doing my own thing, and I really do feel like I am living my own little dream in my own way. Are you still looking for a full-time job? Any tips about the search? Okay, thank you for remembering that about me. I have talked about that before. I did actually recently apply. I haven't heard back or anything yet. I don't know if I will, but I did recently apply for a part-time position. It was kind of like a more serious position though. It was a content manager, but it was part-time, and I thought, oh, that actually might be more realistic for me in terms of not working full-time, so I can still do like YouTube and clients and stuff when I want to. So I did apply for that. I fixed up my resume and I wrote a cover letter, and I feel like my tip right now is just like getting people to look over your stuff. I got a couple of people who I know have been hired in good positions before. I had them look at my resume and read over my stuff, and it just really helped me with different perspectives of how people are going to read my stuff. So yeah, that's my main tip. So yeah, that's my advice right now, is that you should find some peers or even people you look up to, like an old professor at school, or if you're still in school, an advisor or somebody like that. Like, have someone read over your resume, things like that, so that they can help you. I think it benefited from it. I was a little bit defensive in my thoughts about it, but it's very helpful to see how others' eyes would see your work. So yeah, and honestly, the job search whole thing is just stressful, and I can totally relate. I'm not really actively searching right now. I mean, I just did apply, but I don't know how many jobs I want to be applying for, like if I'm really looking, because I do like what I'm doing now. So I don't know. I am all over the place with it, but I know the job market is so hard right now, and it just feels kind of hopeless sometimes. And I'm honestly right there with you, but if I can at least give some tips, give some advice, I can help somebody out there. That's my goal. Like making your resume in a Word document or like Google Docs or something, over making it in InDesign and creating that PDF. Like, it should be readable so it can go into systems when you apply. There's lots of little tips like that, so I can like maybe talk more about resumes and stuff in another video. I don't know. I'm not like an expert. When are you doing embroidering again? And yes, I saw your typo. I will be doing more soft sculpture stuff, and I think I'll do a bigger version of the embroidery square that I made, so I can make it like a framed image or something. So yeah, I will be doing more sewing type of projects and embroidery type of projects soon. So watch this space. Do you have a favorite graphic design book or a favorite book in general? If you want to see my thoughts on all of my graphic design books, I just posted a video about it last week, so go check that out. And my favorite book in general is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Where do you get your inspiration for design projects? So I get design inspiration from all over at all times. I'm constantly thinking about projects I can do. Like right now, I've just been brainstorming, and I write it all in my Notion as ideas and upcoming video concepts, like branding projects, passion projects. And I am working on one where I'm thinking maybe I should do like a wedding invite situation because I never had a wedding, and it's like I would have designed every little aspect of my wedding, but I eloped. So I thought that would be a cool like series or maybe just video. That's a thought that I have. So I take from like my personal experience, and I also take from like just looking around at the world, and like I go on Pinterest. I always say Pinterest is like a main inspiration for me, just because I look at colors, I look at concepts, and I think, oh, let me do something like that. Like I saw a picture of a wine bottle in like a cute picture ad type of thing on Pinterest, and I thought, oh, I'll do a wine brand design, and so I did that. So it is like just collecting ideas at all times. I write them in my notes app, like on my phone, and I just kind of pursue what I think will be cool for people to see. Truly, inspiration is everywhere, and like I'm not like a genius at coming up with ideas. It's just really, you have to pay attention to what's around you and just start thinking. How to land a job in graphic design without experience. The experience paradox is so real. Honestly, I think what you need to do is have a really strong portfolio, and that, I mean, all of this is easier said than done. Like I've said, the job market, terrible, whatever. Anyway, but here's my advice. Have a great portfolio, show that you are capable of doing the things that they're asking of you in those types of jobs. So can you show an example of making something that they've said is going to be your responsibility in this job? And that doesn't necessarily need to be like real world experience. It can be showing it in work that you made for a passion project. It can be creating something new, like a new type of job. Like for me, I make YouTube videos, so sometimes I come in with a whole new perspective of my experience that I've created for myself. So this was not someone hiring me to make YouTube videos. I took the initiative and I did it myself. So what can you do? Like, what do you do that you're in charge of yourself doing? I know it's hard. You gotta get experience to get experience. I would say sometimes to just do even like little side client projects, even if you don't want to be a freelancer, or like you shouldn't really like be the freelancer if you don't have any experience in design. Like that should not be your first go, but try to do some projects for people you know. Do people want small things done, like commissions, taking commissions? Think about what you can do realistically with your skill set. If you were asked to design an album cover for an artist other than T.S. Taylor, who would it be? I know I just mentioned earlier Charlie XCX, but I really like her approach on design. Like I actually kind of want to know who her designer is, because I like her stuff, and I think it's very simplistic, but it packs a punch. Like it really hits for me, and I would like to do something like even more unique for her. And like, I don't know, I like the direction she's going in right now, and maybe I would be able to do something like that for her. I don't know. I thought that was a cool question. This question is about using Figma, and guys, I gotta say, I haven't used Figma. And I feel like that kind of ties in with that question about like trying new things, trying new like tools and tech. Sometimes I'm afraid of it too, but like with Figma specifically, it has not come up that I've needed to use it. Like no one's like, oh, I have to do this project in Figma. Like it doesn't come up for me. So maybe that's just my specific work set that I've had. But yeah, specifically I haven't tried it because I just don't want to try it. I don't know. There's something about me that is afraid to do things like that, and at the moment, because it's not needed, I'm like, I don't want to even start that new skill and then have to say like, oh, I know how to do it, you know, I can do projects like this. I can't, so I just stick to what I know. But yeah, that also kind of pertains to another question I got just about how fast everything is evolving. And it's like, yes, it is evolving quickly, but I think just staying sharp on the skills that you know is what's important. I don't think you need to know every single thing. Like for me personally, I don't advertise any web design stuff because I don't do web design. So is it something I could get into eventually? Yes, but it's going to take a lot of learning and a lot of practicing and figuring out what's new in that and all the skills I need to know in order to then say, hey guys, I offer this service. So for me, that's just not something I'm approaching. Stick to what you know and then do it really well. That's my advice. Okay, let's wrap it up with this last question. What are your biggest tips for growing as a designer on social media? So that's where I really thrive. I mean, I love social media and I love posting content, but it is hard for me as well posting my work. Like I get nervous about it. I think the best thing to do is just post. I use very specific keywords and hashtags. I don't overwhelm posts with hashtags. I try to just lean into keywords and things like that and concepts, and then make it visually interesting as well, especially if I'm doing like reels on Instagram or something. And it has paid off. So I do feel that at least my intuition with my content makes sense. Like it does pay off for me, and I do grow from it. So my tips are just like keep posting and try to post strategically. Stick to the kind of look you want, the kind of photos you want, and the brand that you are. I would say a lot of people get lost in what their messaging is and what their brand is as a content creator, or just like even as a designer. But I think you really have to be focused in your style, your perspective, your point of view that you can share online, and then people will gravitate towards that, and they'll know it's you when you post, and they'll be excited to see what you post next when you engage with people. And that's how social media works. You just gotta be yourself, but curate yourself and do it properly. Okay guys, that's all I'm gonna answer for now, but thank you so much for asking all these questions, and I had a fun time answering them, honestly, and I like giving you guys my perspective on things in the design world. So yeah, maybe we'll do this again soon. I am gonna go from here. This is gonna be the end of the video, so I will see you in the next video. Please give this video a like if you liked it, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.